Welcome to this week's topic. As you can see, it is the horse collar tackle. We posted a video about 3 years ago that was made and produced by our friends in Colorado about the horse collar tackle. So you can go back and look at it too if you want. Well, we wanted to do an updated one and then one where we focus also on the penalty enforcement aspect of it, because the rule has changed in the last 3 years. There has been an added addition to where a player can't grab to be a foul. So we'll look at it. As always, whenever we look at a rule or do a video or something like that on a rule, we always want to start with the actual text of the rule. So this is found in 943K, and we get a little bit more guidance, a little bit more detail than on roughing the passer. So there's not as much of a judgment on the horse collar tackle. There is still some judgments, we'll see, but there's not as much as with roughing the passer. So 943K, no player shall grab the inside back or side collar or the nameplate area that's directly below the back collar of either the shoulder pads or the jersey of the runner and subsequently pull backward or sideward that opponent to the ground, even if possession is lost. The horse collar foul is enforced as a live ball foul. And we'll get a little bit more into the rule enforcement aspect of it a little later, but I do want to look at just what exactly it is. And it is a 15-yard penalty. It is a live ball foul. It's important to note when we look at the addition they made to it a couple of years ago, which is that nameplate area. It is the nameplate area, which they define as directly below the back collar. It does not extend all the way down into the numbers. They grab by the numbers and pull backward or sideward from the numbers. It is not a horse collar tackle. But it is that nameplate area, and there is judgment on that. But they simply define it for you as the area directly below the back collar. So there are specific instructions and parameters on what we need in order for there to be a horse collar tackle. They have to grab the inside back or side collar or the nameplate area. Those are the places they can grab. They can't grab the front and pull forward. That's not a foul. It has to be the inside back or the side collar or the nameplate area. It can be the shoulder pads or the jersey. So if they grab that jersey right there on the back, let's say they grab the jersey right the name pad or the nameplate area and pull back from there, then it is a horse collar tackle. And after the grab, they have to then be pulled to the ground. So you see it sometimes they'll grab and they'll kind of swing them around and swing them forward. That's not a horse collar tackle. They have to grab them, pull them down to the ground. A couple of things to remember, a couple of notes. If the ball carrier is grabbed by the front and pulled forward, then it's not a foul. If the defender grabs that inside back or side collar, and then a second player comes in and assists with the tackle, then we have no foul. If the tackler grabs a collar or nameplate, lets go, and then grabs elsewhere, and then they proceed to make the tackle, then it is not a foul. They have to grab that collar and pull them down by the grip on the collar. Like I said before, if the tackler swings the ball carrier forward and around or around and forward, then there's no foul. If the ball carrier fumbles after the process of the horse collar tackle has begun, then we still have a horse collar tackle. So if the tackler grabs the collar, pulls, and then the ball carrier fumbles before he's down, you still have a ball. You still have a horse collar tackle. And you still have a fumble. Alright? They don't magically regain possession because he fumbled through a horse collar tackle. It's not how it works. So if the process of the horse collar tackle begins, so he grabs him, pulls him back, then he fumbles, then we still have a horse collar tackle. So penalty wise, the horse collar tackle is always going to fall under two categories. It's either going to be a foul by the team not in possession behind the basic spot, or by the team not in possession beyond the basic spot. So we won't use all but one principle because it's always going to be by a team not in possession. Thus, the enforcement is always going to be the basic spot, which on a running play, which it will be because you have a ball carrier, it will be the end of the related run. So if a player, whether they're behind the line of scrimmage or beyond the line of scrimmage, we're going to go into the related run because it is a foul by team not in possession behind or beyond the line of scrimmage, or behind or beyond the basic spot. Let's look at an example of some horse collar tackles, and then some of what not a horse collar tackle. This first one's going to be pretty basic. I'm going to say a grab and then pull down. So he grabs him inside the back collar, and while he has that grip, he's going to pull him backwards. You see that knee buckle. It's not a dramatic buckle, but you still have a knee buckle. But ultimately, what we have here, why this is a horse collar, you got to grab the inside the back collar, and he's going to pull him down with that grip, backward or sideward. Time we go backwards. So this is a good example of a correct horse collar tackle. They don't have to be so dramatic, they don't have to be so drastic. It's just a grab on the back, inside that back collar, and then pulling them down. That's all you need. And that's what we have there. Pulling them down backwards or sideward. Here's an example of grabbing the nameplate area and pulling backwards. You can see there he has them by that nameplate area, and with that grip he's just going to pull them backwards. That is also a horse collar tackle. I think at the time that this play happened, we didn't have that nameplate rule yet, but now we got the nameplate rule, and this would be a correctly called horse collar tackle. Here's an example of another horse collar tackle. The problem with this clip is going to be who sees it. From our angle, from the camera angle, we have a clear horse collar tackle. So he's going to grab and pull him down with the grip from that inside grip. Like I said, the problem is who sees it. You can't rely on this deep judge to see it because he's not going to see the grip. You can have this official going cross field. Maybe he sees it from 40 yards away. You may have the wing official coming up the back here. Maybe he can see it, but that becomes your problem here, is who has a clear angle on this that can see it. Ideally, it would probably have to be your wing official coming up from behind, because he can see that grip, whereas a deep official can't. But it is a clear horse collar tackle. Like I said, it's just an issue of who sees this. Alright, this is going to be an example of not a horse collar as well. Here, you're going to have the grip inside the back collar, but you don't have that pull and pulling down to the ground. The player kind of falls to the ground on his own. He's not pulled to the ground with that grip. So this would not be a horse collar tackle. Just because they grab that inside collar doesn't mean it's automatically going to be a horse collar. They have to grab it, and there has to be that subsequent pull to the ground. There's a closer view of it. So he's never pulled to the ground by that grip. So it would not be a horse collar tackle. And also, when we get closer, when it gets colder, and we have players who wear hoods, if they grab them by the hood, that is not a horse collar tackle as well. It has to be they're either grabbing the inside back collar or the jersey, but not the hood. And I think that's where we kind of get the confusion, is because they can grab that jersey and pull, then it's a horse collar tackle. So maybe you see the hood and you think it's a jersey, but in this case, in some cases, it's not. In this case, he grabs the hood and pulls. that would not be a horse collar tackle. Alright, so just let's not confuse the hood with the jersey. So that's it for the horse collar tackle. Please pardon the noise of a 2-year-old in the background. We're all working from home. That's 2020 for you. But I hope you found this beneficial. I hope it's stuff you can use moving forward in your officiating. So thank you for watching, and be safe and good luck.